I am 31 and sitting on the peeling bench outside the Maple Ridge climbing gym, watching my husband belay his best friend up the orange route. My phone is balanced on my knee, thumbs flying over the screen to send the picture to my group chat with the caption, "Ethan brought his hotter friend again, poor guy never stood a chance." I hit send before I realize Ethan is already lowering off and looking straight at me. He unclips and walks over, chalk still ghosting his forearms. "You really just posted that?" I shrug, still grinning. It is objectively true. Look at Rowan, shoulders for days. Rowan drops his helmet onto the mulch beside us and laughs, but the sound is tight. Ethan does not laugh. The smile on his face is the one he uses on difficult clients at the architecture firm, polite, distant, finished. "Do not talk about Rowan like that," he says, voice flat. I roll my eyes. "Come on, babe, it is a joke. Everyone jokes." He looks past me to the parking lot where the late sun bounces off windshields. "Right, a joke." He turns to Rowan, ready to head out. Rowan nods, but he gives me a quick, apologetic glance. I watch them walk away, Ethan not once looking back. My phone buzzes. The chat is already exploding with laughing emojis and fire symbols. I type back a quick "I know, right?" and do not think more of it until 2 nights later. We are on the balcony of the apartment we rent above the old record store. Ethan is grilling salmon on the tiny hibachi. I am scrolling through the same chat because the girls are now dissecting Rowan's Instagram. I snicker. Ethan flips a fillet and the sizzle is louder than necessary. "You still think that is funny?" I glance up. "What?" He points his tongs at my phone, treating Rowan like eye candy, treating me like the punchline. I exhale through my nose. "You are overreacting." His jaw flexes. "I am not. You disrespected him. You disrespected me. In front of everyone." I set the phone down, palms open. I apologized in the chat. I even added a heart emoji. "What more do you want?" He closes the grill lid with a metallic clap. I want my wife not to mock me on the internet." I laugh short and sharp. "Mock you? Ethan, you are 6'2" with a job people dream of. I teased you about having a hot friend. That is not mockery, that is reality." The words leave my mouth like darts. I see them hit. His shoulders fold inward just a fraction, but enough that I feel the shot land. He says nothing more. He just turns off the flame, leaves the salmon half-cooked, and walks inside. The sliding glass door shuts behind him with a soft thud. I stay on the balcony, picking at the label on my beer bottle, telling myself he will cool off by morning. Morning arrives, but Ethan does not. The closet is half empty. His climbing pack is gone. A yellow post-it on the bathroom mirror says, "I am staying at Rowan's. Need space." The handwriting is neat, the way he drafts blueprints. No exclamation mark, no love, no name. I laugh again, this time uneasy. Space. Fine. We have not spent a night apart in 6 years, but fine. I text him, "When are you coming back?" No response. I text again at lunch, "Salmon is still on the balcony. At least tell me if you want me to toss it." Delivered, but no read receipt. By evening, the message shows delivered and read, but still nothing. 3 days later, I walk into the micro-roastery on Pine Street where Ethan and I used to get Ethiopian beans every Saturday. Rowan is behind the counter. He freezes when he sees me, then forces a smile. "Hey." I lean on the counter. "Tell my husband to stop being dramatic." Rowan wipes the portafilter harder than necessary. He is not being dramatic. He is sulking because of a meme. Rowan meets my eyes. "You publicly called him second place. To his face and behind his back. That is not a meme." I wave a hand. "Everyone roasts their partner. You would know if you ever dated anyone longer than a month." The words are out before I can catch them. Rowan flinches. I feel a flicker of guilt, but I push it down. He sets the rag aside. "I am not your punching bag, and neither is Ethan. He is hurt. Give him time." Time stretches into 2 weeks. I send apologies that sound more like explanations. "I did not mean it like that. I was just joking. You know I love you." Each text is longer, more frantic, less dignified. None get replies. Then I see the photo on Rowan's Instagram. The two of them in a sunlit living room, paint cans on the floor, a stack of flattened boxes. The caption, "New beginnings. Grateful for good company." I zoom in. Rowan is handing Ethan a coffee. Ethan is smiling, genuine, wide, the kind he used to give me over Sunday crosswords. I drive to the address in the background, a brick fourplex near the river trail. I ring the bell. Ethan opens the door wearing a t-shirt I have never seen before. He does not step aside. "Can we talk?" My voice is smaller than I want. He nods once, lets me in. The apartment smells like cedar and fresh paint. Rowan is assembling an IKEA shelf in the corner. He lifts a hand in greeting but stays quiet. I fold my arms. "So you moved in with him." Ethan crosses to the window. It made sense. Lease was up. Rowan needed a roommate. I try a laugh. Pretty convenient. Bet you love the view. He turns, eyes steady. What do you want, Leela? I want my husband back. He shakes his head. I am not an appliance you misplace and reclaim. You broke something. You keep breaking it every time you act like my feelings are an inconvenience. I step closer. I said I was sorry. Sorry is not a password. It does not reset everything. I feel heat rise in my throat. I made one comment, hundreds of likes, screenshots, and my coworkers asking if we are in an open marriage. That is not one dumb comment. That is a pattern. I open my mouth, then close it. Rowan keeps tightening screws, but his shoulders are tense. I look back at Ethan. So what, we are done because I laughed that your best friend is hotter. Ethan takes a slow breath. We're done because you value your audience more than my dignity. And because you still do not get why that matters. I leave the apartment dizzy, like I stood up too fast. My phone buzzes. It is my best friend, Maya. She says, "Girl, what did you do?" Ethan's mom just unfollowed you. I scroll. Sure enough, Ethan's mother, sister, even his weird cousin in Portland, all gone. My follower count drops in real time like a stock ticker in reverse. I call Ethan, straight to voicemail. I try Rowan, same, blocked everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, Strava, even Venmo. I stand on the river trail, wind whipping my hair into my mouth. I think this cannot be happening. People do not just erase you. Except they do. When you spend years teaching them, you will always be the loudest voice in the room and never once ask what they need. The divorce papers arrive in a sleek envelope. I sign them on the same bench outside the climbing gym, the same peeling green paint scratching my thigh. The notary is a woman with kind eyes. She asks if I am sure. I nod because my throat is too tight for words. I sell the record store loft. Too many echoes. I move into a studio above a laundromat where the machines thrum like distant thunder. At night I scroll through old photos, the two of us on the summit of Mount Hood, cheeks sunburned and grinning. I zoom in on his face. I see what I lost. Not a husband, but a witness to my life who believed I was worth kindness. I run into Maya at the farmer's market on Chapman Square. She hugs me, but her arms are stiff. You really messed up, she whispers, not unkindly. I nod. She tells me Ethan is seeing someone new. A structural engineer who volunteers with adaptive climbing programs. I picture him teaching her to belay, patient hands guiding the rope, and something sharp twists inside me. I tell myself I am happy for him. I repeat it like a mantra while I buy overpriced tomatoes I will forget to eat. The vendor hands me change and her fingers brush mine. I think, this is the only skin I will feel today. I still climb, but alone now. The roots feel longer, the holds smaller. I reach the top of the orange root, the same one Rowan climbed the day everything cracked, and I look down at the empty bench, where I used to sit and wait for applause that will never come again.